Gentlemen, we've got a big problem. It's only been a few races and we already know who the champion's going to be this year. So we need to come up with a way to spice up the races before it's too late.
He's right, you know. I had to wait an entire year for Perez to cross the finish line in second when I was waving the checkered flag.
Well, maybe we could add those rainbow tires back from 2018 to try improve the racing. At least it will distract the fans from the boring race.
Ryan, don't make me suspend you like a Red Bull employee. Anyways, I've come up with the solution. We're going to add back the 2018 colored tires. Well, not exactly, but I have added a bunch of new tires to the game. Some tires are good, some tires are bad, some tires are... But first up, we have the Hypersoft tire. Now, before the nerds in the comment section attack and say we already have the C5 tire in the game, well, let's just say I've exaggerated the effects of each tire.
Guys, I don't think this mod is a good idea. Oh no, my tires are gone already.
Alrighty then, we are here in Australia for our first race on the Hypersoft tires, except I've changed them to add a lot more grip and also a lot more tire wear. And it looks like for the first time in one of these mod videos, we're actually having a clean start with... Yep, well, I should have expected it at this point. Hey guys, welcome back to the Australian Grand Prix, where Hypersoft best describes a leaked email I saw recently. And if we are able to make it through turn 1 without crashing, it'll be interesting to see if we can make it to the end of the race on these set of tires, as they will wear extremely quickly. Esteban Ocon is out of the race, but absolutely no surprise there. Well, the fans won't be happy that I just overtook both Australians in a single corner. And just like that, we are already up to 15% tire wear on the rear tires. So if you can do the maths, which I can't do, it's probably going to be a bit sketchy towards the end of this race. We're going to try and make the move on Magnussen, and luckily we get the move done with absolutely no contact. I say that as I almost drive into the back of Bottas. We're going to play a game. Is it FlowViz or is it the Stake F1 team? We are already at 50% tire wear and we're only halfway through the race, keeping in mind that the tires puncture around 80% tire wear. Also, if you'd like to play with the F1 24 liveries made by Team Venturi, a link will be in the description below. Guys, I overtook Bottas just before a DRS zone.
It was at this time iContrast had realized his mistake.
The infinite DRS mod isn't going to save me this time. Looks like Magnussen's going to get me too, but not if I can go side by side through the S section. You know things are bad when Ricardo's overtaking you. These tires are falling apart quicker than that jetpack guy from Austria. Oh no, I've got a puncture on the rear left. I won't be able to turn the car. Or stop it, I can't stop it. Now I'm trying to cross the finish line with 3 tires. I swear this feels familiar from somewhere. As we just about hold off Lance Stroll to come home in 16th place. Next up, we're going to be trying out the Megasoft tire. Also, these tire mods will be available to my YouTube members, so make sure to become a member if you'd like access to these mods. This time we are here in Japan driving as Norris with the groove tires. The grooves actually fade away pretty quickly because of the tire wear, but let's see how far we can get up the order. Speaking of RB, I can't believe they came up with the name RB as an F1 team.
So I'm thinking we call the team RB.
Oh, okay, so like it stands for Red Bull?
Nope, just RB.
So you're telling me it doesn't stand for Racing Bulls?
Nope, it'll just be the letters, literally RB.
So what does RB stand for?
What do you mean, like Morley?
No, I mean, what do the letters mean?
What does IBM stand for? Nothing. It just sounds professional.
Alrighty, it's time to try out these tires which have mega grip but also mega tire wear. We're going to try and dispose of Stroll before he disposes himself. And we're still going side by side. In all fairness, I probably deserved that one. We're already going to have to look after these tires because they won't even make a single lap if I go flat out, which is a shame because they have so much grip around this track. And up next, we have one of the Alpines. Did you know that Alpine is a works team, which means the car works, but that's about it. The word Alpine also refers to the mountain they're going to have to climb just to beat Williams this year. Alrighty, you'll notice that the tires are just under 40%, which means we'll get 2 laps out of them. We will have to drive conservatively for this next lap, but then after our pit stop, we should be able to do a flying lap for our last lap of the race. I'm going to get more frustrated than Yuki Tsunoda having to nurse these tires through the S section because they have so much potential. Alright, the tires have just about hung on up until the point where they puncture, so now we're going to come into the pits for our one and only pit stop for what is only a 3-lap race. Looks like we only just made it to the pits as our right rear has punctured in the pit lane. And we are stuck with the double stack, unfortunately, which is going to be a slow stop. But I think a lot of other cars, given that there's only a few laps in the race, are double stacking as well as we go through Perez. Alright, it's maximum attack from this point on. Tire wear doesn't matter anymore, so we can utilize how much grip we get from these Megasoft tires, as Perez is putting up a big defense, considering it's only P17. But we managed to go all the way around the outside, which turns to the inside, for this Sector 1 S's. And my god, there is so much grip. That was an easy flat corner there. Let's casually ignore how the tires are already up to 40% after only Sector 1. And even though they're already more than half worn, there's still more grip in these than the soft tire at this point. As we are now catching up to the RB of Denny Rick. Wow, I really can't wait to race driving the RB sponsored by Red Bull against the Red Bull RB20 at the Red Bull ring while drinking Red Bull. That was my 5th attempt at that. As we come across the line in 16th place, it's not been a great run for us so far, but this time we are adding the poo tire. That's right, the Pirelli. These jokes just write themselves. Well, as you might have guessed, they have really bad tire wear and they also have really bad grip. These tires only have 10% grip and we're racing at Monaco at nighttime, and they have extreme tire wear, so any wheel spin is going to make the tire wear even worse. Our objective is to literally survive, and given we're driving for Ferrari, I really don't rate our chances, but we're going to try and make the move on Perez.
Okay, can you bring it back?
No, what?
I guess you could say these poo tires are giving me a real time trying to get past Perez.
Holy mother of God, that was close. Many poos shot out of my A-knife.
Albon has caused another traffic jam, as this is the highest up Gasly will ever be this season. 5th place is so high up he would have a nosebleed. Ferrari is red, Red Bull is fast. Alpine's target is to not finish last. Even though I'm only driving around 60 kilometers an hour, my rear tires are almost 30% worn. 3 days of testing was all it took to give Ferrari fans some hope this season. But then I guess you could say it went down the drain. I don't even know why they've got drain covers in Bahrain. The only rain in Bahrain is in Bahrain. Alrighty, it looks like we've just about survived 1 lap of Monaco.
You serious?
So after that completely uneventful lap 1, we're going to have to make a pit stop after this lap because there's no way we're going to make it to the end of the race with these rear tires. These tires have got me wondering, you've all heard of Fabian Coulthard, but have you heard of Fabian Coult Medium and Fabian Coult Soft? Okay, these tires are just about finished and I need to drag them into the pits. Wow, these poo tires are giving the AI a hard time. I'm sure they'll be fine as we come in for a new set of poo tires that fresh on the car. And it looks like we're gonna come out with Zhou in front of us and Bottas behind us. It is literally a steak sandwich. Even though these are the worst tires by far, I've actually had the most fun so far. And you can see what little grip we have as we have to lift going through the corner in the tunnel section. Looks like we're not going to be able to catch Zhou coming across the finish line, but we have survived Monaco with what is the worst tires to ever lay skid marks across planet Earth. That is the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen. We are not done yet, as next up we have the Gigasoft tire. Out of all the tires, this has the most grip and also the most tire wear. We are racing in Austria as it's one of the smallest tracks on the calendar, giving us an actual chance to finish a lap with these tires. But given Lance Stroll is right next to us, I don't think there's a high chance of finishing anything. A lot of cars are going slow, so we're going to try and go around the... Well, I guess that RB fight has continued on from Bahrain, so we're looking to make a move on Sargent, and we're going to make a big dive bomb up the inside of Magnussen, as well as there's a massive traffic jam. It is all kicking off right now. Everyone has immense grip and they all want to use that, but I'm kind of nursing my tires at the moment. I'm not going 100% flat out because I know that these tires will definitely not make the 3 laps. And speaking of that, we're already beyond the halfway mark of when these tires start to puncture, as we're looking to make a move on Magnussen, but we're going to be diving into the pit, so it's kind of given us an awkward position here as we tuck into the right. As the AI seem to continue on, they think that they can do another lap with these tires. So I'm going to come in, put on a fresh set of Gigasoft tires, and because the AI aren't pitting on this lap, it means I'll probably have to go to the end of the race if I want any chance of fighting against the AI, as they'll make their pit next lap. Driving tires with so much grip really slow doesn't really make sense to me, so it's kind of weird to drive in this driving style. You would have noticed that Russell and Hamilton have been using different setups this year so far. Some drivers like their balance in the front, some drivers like their balance in the rear. But Hamilton wears his balance around his neck, and it looks like he's coming to the pits.
We're going to lose this rain bonnet. I can't look after the tires anymore, they're dead.
And he'll have a lot more balance after he moves to Ferrari with that paycheck, as we come out behind Albon. He's going to have way better tires than us for this final lap of the race, as we force him onto the curb and we pick up the DRS to try and escape him, but we've somehow got to get these tires across the finish line even though they're at 65% wear already. We've also got a Ferrari sneaking up behind us as well. I will say I was impressed by Ollie's performance at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. In the end, I guess Norris just couldn't bear with him. Speaking of unbearable, these tires have just about had it, as I think I got a rear puncture on both the rears. They're both 100%. I've lost the car at the final corner, and that is it. I've absolutely exploded Norris there, and that's absolutely ruined his race as well, doing an unsafe rejoin. But we're gonna roll it across the line in what's gonna be 19th place, just ahead of Norris. And out of all these races, I think I've only scored points once. Can you believe that? It's been a whole lot of fun driving with these new tires, but if you'd like to try them yourself, they will be available for my YouTube channel members, so make sure you become a member if you'd like to try these out, and I'll also be including any mods I make for these videos from this point on as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you all in a brand new one. Thanks for watching.